Moses is not the real name. That's the made-up name. It really was Pharaoh Akhenaten, who was ushering in monotheism in Egypt while he was a pharaoh, worshiping Amen-Ra, the great Amen. Amen-Ra was one of these Anunnaki people. Said, look, from now on there'll be no other God but me. That made it into the Bible. When you say thanks, you say thanks to me. You say amen. That made it into the Bible. Teach the people only to worship me, not any of my other relatives. I'm the only one and true God. They kicked him out of Egypt. They kicked the Pharaoh out of Egypt, and he fled with his new followers. They crossed the Sea of Reeds, not the Red Sea, which they tell you in the Bible. Nobody ever crossed the Red Sea. It's a mistranslation by accident on purpose. They crossed a much smaller, much easier to cross sea. People realized the information that they had been brought up learning is actually severely inaccurate, and that the information is based on plagiarized tablets between Islam and Christianity and Buddhism and all these other religions that have taken from the same tablets. And the real stories are in the tablets. A full, unedited, undoctored, and change these words around here and there, that's not done in the tablets. The tablets is what it says. When you come to the Bible, all of a sudden you get to a lot of text like Jesus saying, honor your slave master as you would honor me. Do you think that this guy would really say something like that if he's all this light and he's a light being and he's all about love and salvation, and then he's telling you now, no, you better obey that slave master? Come on, that's somebody, let me write this in there because it's going to benefit us when we write this in. We can tell the slaves, hey, you see what Jesus said? You better listen to Jesus. So this is a lot of twisting and turning. The Bible is a remix, is what it really is.
Jesus is King. So powerful, it charges me up, it excites me, it fills me with resolve. They hate nothing more than that name, than Jesus Christ. It has tremendous power, never forget that.
How can I not be happy when I see millions of goyim bow down to one Jew tonight?
I'm not telling y'all what to think about Jesus. I think y'all should go to church. I think that you guys should believe in your religion. I think that you should advocate for your religion. I think that you should become, if you are a Christian, good Christian men and women who bring up your kids in good Christian ways. I'm a Jew.
They were religious Jews who loved the fact that Christians celebrated their religion. And I have adopted that attitude all of my life. Christians true to their faith are doing God's work. That's what I believe. And as Maimonides, who was no fan of Christianity or Islam, because he was persecuted by both, the greatest Jewish thinker, many think, he said it's Christians who brought the world to the Torah more than Jews did. And I never forget that. That's a fact. The reason people know the word Genesis or Leviticus or Deuteronomy is because of Christians.
Shmuley, why don't you believe that Jesus is the Messiah, specifically?
Well, I believe that Jesus is the Christian Messiah in the sense that he brought divinity and redemption to the non-Jewish nations of the world, and Christianity is a great world religion.
So many of these Orthodox Jews, as I watch their shows and I follow all the cultures out there, they're like, you know what, we just think the Messiah's coming and we like Jesus now, and we just want to be friends.
Maimonides writes in a censored passage in his writing, it was taken out by Christian censors in the Middle Ages, that he saw both Christianity and Islam as being very worthwhile steps to wean the ancient world away from paganism and to give them a sense of morality and ethics.
Christianity just doesn't tell you about it. Let's begin. Yahweh is the one set himself up as God. Yahweh is the one that set himself up as God. Yahweh is the one that tried to overthrow the kingdom. I have a typo. Yahweh is the individual behind Rome and their creation of the Christian myth. Yahweh is the God of this age, the God of this world. Yahweh is the adversary of humankind. Yahweh is Satan, the devil. Yahweh is the beast of Revelation. Yahweh is a physical person, and a real person, not an imaginary one. And Yahweh never mentions having a son, ever, in the entirety of Torah. Never, ever mentions having a son.